discussions, debates, and professional development activities. SVLSA is a registered organization that was established in 2022. Our objective is to provide opportunities for our members to gain knowledge from professionals. We are honored to have the Honorable Justice.
Hare Krishna, you are not audible. Please raise the voice.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, voice is bit low.
Okay.
Our objective is to provide opportunities for our members to gain knowledge from seasoned and accomplished legal professionals. We are honored to have the Honorable Justice Ambati Lakshman Rao Garu among us today as distinguished guest. Now I request Mahendra Reddy to say a few words about our beloved guest, Lakshman Rao Garu.
Firstly, I thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation for the webinar. And sir would like to interact with the audience also as well. Please utilize it properly. Now I would like to say about few words about this, sir. Sir, Honorable Justice Lakshman Rao had a long and illustrious career in legal profession, starting from his enrollment as an advocate in AP High Court in 1959. He has appeared before labor courts, industrial tribunals, and handled important labor matters concerning industrial undertakings. He was appointed as a permanent judge of Andhra Pradesh High Court in 1982 and later transferred to Allahabad High Court in 1995. He served as the Chief Justice of the Sir has been served as the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court from April 10, 1995 to January 14, 1996. We are thrilled to have Justice Rao's knowledge and expertise in the law field will be immense value to all of us, particularly to those aspiring lawyers in our audience. So without further ado, let's begin this interactive section with Honorable Justice Lakshman Rao. I would also like to introduce our moderators of the webinar, K. Pawan Kalyan, law student and president of SVLSA Association, V. Hare Krishna, law student and vice president of SVLSA, Reena Reddy, law student and legal general secretary of SVLSA, and myself, Mahendra Reddy, law student and vice president of SVLSA. Thank you. I hope all of you would enjoy the webinar and interact with sir. I would like to hand over the platform to the sir now.
Relating to the functioning of the cravings of the state, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, the fast-paced developments and the informational revolution sweeping the world, the consequent changes that are taking place have a direct impact on the lives of the young people. They say that they are very conscious of the changes they have adopted for their life, liberty, and freedom, which are in turn the fundamental rights guaranteed under our Constitution. We have been hearing that some of them are seeking judicial recognition in matters such as same-sex marriage, live-in relationship, so on and so forth. Why I am mentioning it is, you as law students should enrich your knowledge about the constitutional history of this country and the aspirations of the people who have given the Constitution unto themselves about 73 years back. Under the Constitution, they have created the three wings: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. In the opening of the Constitution, the very first thing they mentioned is, in the preamble to the Constitution, that we want justice, economic, social, and political. From this sentence, it is evident that the people of this country wanted the three wings to act in harmony, because no one of the three wings can render justice to the people, economic, social, and political. It is the three wings, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, how to render this justice to the people. And then the three wings should work, maintain harmonious relationship. Now, of late, we have been hearing that the members of the executive are expressing their views in conflict with the views of the judiciary. In our constitution, the people of this country have included the fundamental rights, guaranteeing that the people should enjoy the right to life, have liberty, equal opportunities, and equality. They should have the freedoms of thought, expression, faith, belief, and worship, and there should be fraternity. They have assigned the role of a watchdog to the Supreme Court for the protection of these fundamental rights. They have clearly delineated the powers and functions of the parliament at the center and of the legislatures at the state level. They have also clearly enumerated in the constitution the powers and functions both at the state level and the central level. Now, after these three wings, there can never be a conflict between the legislature and the executive, because parliamentary system of democracy and the cabinet form of governance, there can be no conflict between the elected members of the legislature and the executive, because one of the elected members will be the head of each department of the executive. If at all any conflict arises, it can be only between the judiciary on one side and the executive or the legislature on the other. The Constitution, the people have conferred extraordinary jurisdiction on the high courts for issuance of writs to render justice when the state acts in violation of law and causing injustice to a citizen. Suppose if any conflict arises between the judiciary and the parliament and legislatures or the executive, we have to resolve this conflict. Though the constitution is silent in this regard, it is apparent only the legal community has to play the vital role in resolving the conflict, if any, between the Attorney General and the Solicitor General at the central level, or the legal advisors of the central government and the parliament. The Attorney General, Advocate General is the legal advisor at the state level of the state government and the state legislature. The Attorney General, the Solicitor General, and the Advocate General, they are the members of the bar and part of the legal community. The Advocate General at the state level and the Attorney General at the central level can even address the Legislative Assembly and the Parliament respectively. So under their leadership, legal community, if any conflict arises between the judiciary and the other two wings, has to strive to resolve the conflict. The students of law have to enrich their knowledge about the constitutional history of this country and the aspirations of the people, how these three vital wings of the state should perform their functions to serve the interests of the people in general. Why I am mentioning this is, when the legal community has the capacity to intervene for resolution of any conflict if arises between the judiciary and the other two beings. If such a body has to face any legal issues or challenges in their functioning as members of the bar, it may not be difficult for them to face these challenges through amicable settlement of the issues. You are aware that during the freedom movement, most of the leaders who have participated in the freedom struggle were from the legal profession. They inspired the confidence of the people, and the people followed them, and they successfully led the freedom movement, led the people in the freedom movement. They sacrificed their family, they sacrificed their property, and theirs was a life of sacrifice. But after we attained freedom, today the members of the bar are not found to be evincing any interest in the problems being faced by the people in general or the issues relating to their pertaining to public interest. This is a matter of some concern, and it is for you as students of law to analyze the cause for this decline on the part of the legal fraternity in evincing interest in matters of public importance. After completing your law course, some of you may join the legal profession and some may seek other avenues of employment. For those who join the legal profession, if they work with dedication, there will always be space at the top for those who work hard. Maybe they have to face some problems because you can't expect earnings in the initial stages of your career as a professional practitioner. But in course of time, you can get over those problems with hard work. You will be rewarded suitably. I wish each one of you a bright future, and I like to hear from you.
Personal question, like what is the impact of political parties on judiciary, especially in Andhra Pradesh?
And of course, in Andhra Pradesh, there were certain unsavory developments, but in course of time, they have subsided. But the judiciary should never bother about the comments of the political parties unless a judge is personally attributed motives. Because either a member of a political party or any citizen of this country can criticize the judgment on reasonable grounds without attributing any motives to a judge. So at present in Andhra Pradesh is quite conducive, and we have to watch and see what the future development will be. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Regarding IPC section 124A sedition charges, which is unconstitutional. ఏదైతే 124A ఉందో అది కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ కి వ్యతిరేకంగా అందులోనూ కూడా ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో రైట్ టు స్పీచ్ అండ్ ఫ్రీడమ్ speech and expression of the fundamental rights are violated by the IPC section 124A. So దాని గురించి మీరు ఏం చెప్తారు సార్? I would like to ask. It is violated the constitutional fundamental rights, but still exist in our constitution, our act, our IPC. What do you give an answer?
Of sedition.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Cases are being launched, and almost all of them are approaching the judiciary for redressal. The higher judiciary, either at the state level, the High Court, or the central level, the Supreme Court, unless the government produces the most authentic and reliable data for the action taken by the government, the courts are granting relief, and of late, if not at the initial stage, the court is releasing them on bail. Now, the fundamental rights guaranteed under our Constitution are subject to some reasonable restrictions. If the court finds that the case falls under the exceptional reasonable restrictions, they will be reluctant to interfere. This law of sedition, which is a colonial legacy, even courts have expressed, it must be deleted and a new law shall be made in consonance with our fundamental right, mainly right to liberty, and it should not be curtailed except under very circumstances. That is what we feel. Yes, other question.
If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
So good evening, dear organizers. I just wanted to take this moment to express my gratitude for organizing such a wonderful program. It was truly, it was meaningful and it was an useful experience, especially for the law aspirants. My question is to the chief speaker of today's session. Sir, the topic is all about development and change by justice, right? So it really means that are we technologically equipped with respect to our Indian judiciary? As on today, we are stepping into 21st century. Our Indian judiciary is technologically advanced with respect to artificial intelligence and robotics and giving up the justice to the people, those who have come in. Will it have the credibility? Are we ready to accept the change with respect to the technology, especially with artificial intelligence and robotics? Because in Western countries, they started doing experiments.
You know that our judiciary want to modernize our court functioning system and reduce the delay in disposal of cases. Even in this year's budget, the government has allocated about 700 crores for modernization of our courts, but we may not be able to adopt high technological infrastructure. Now, still, artificial intelligence, machine learning are at a nascent level, and it takes time before human intelligence is replaced by artificial intelligence. But immediately, we may not go for it. Yes, next question.
I hope that answers your question. We want further elaboration.
Sir, I have a question. What role do you believe the judiciary should play in upholding and advancing constitutional values and principles?
Judiciary, there can be no two opinions or any doubt. Our Indian judiciary totally upholding our constitutional values and ethics. There may be some lapses in exceptional cases. For example, a few days back, a case relating to the elevation of a judge in Tamil Nadu High Court. A plea was raised before the Supreme Court just a few hours before her swearing-in ceremony that she delivered hate speech and such a person should not be elevated to the bench. When the case came up for hearing before a bench of two judges a few days back of the Supreme Court, they expressed their inability to interfere because the recommendation was made by the three senior-most judges of the Supreme Court who are members of the Collegium. When the Collegium recommended her name for elevation, the bench said we can't go into the suitability of the person for appointment, only with the case of unless there is some flaw in regarding the eligibility. So our Supreme Court and High Courts, they stick to high judicial values and they uphold the constitutional principles and values. There can be no doubt about it. Yes, next question.
Sir, can you tell us about your experience as Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court.
What was your biggest challenge there, sir?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Biggest?
Sir, can you tell us about your experience as Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court? Also, most impactful case that you have dealt in your career.
See, when I went to Allahabad High Court from Andhra Pradesh, composite Andhra Pradesh state, there were 18 judges here. And when I went to Allahabad, the strength was 99 judges. Allahabad High Court is the largest court in Asia. And when I was the Chief Justice, even present Uttarakhand was part of UP, a huge high court. And when I went there, the whole high court presented a very ghostly live, a formed reserve police, about 20 guards wielding guns surrounding the Chief Justice's court. See, when I was the acting Chief Justice in composite Andhra Pradesh state, when the Director General of Police approached me to permit them to open a police outpost in the High Court premises, I declined. I said, policeman should not be seen in the court premises unless he has to attend in respect of a case. And when I went to Allahabad High Court, the court premises is surrounded by tents by armed reserve police because my predecessor sought the police here because of some developments between and some rift between the members of the bar and the bench. But I immediately passed an order on the executive side for withdrawal of the police force, and normalcy has been restored back. It's a huge high court. I think the present strength of Allahabad High Court without Uttarakhand is about more than 150 judges. I think the strength of all the southern high courts put together is equal to Allahabad High Court. It's such a huge high court. Now, regarding the other part of your question, the impactful case I dealt with in my career, I can't say I can pinpoint a particular case because during my tenure of about 13 years, I have dealt with innumerable cases. But one aspect in my career was number of full bench cases, that is of 3 judges cases. Number of them are pending. I presided over a full bench of 3 judges for about 6 months and disposed of all full bench cases in the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. That was a memorable event, and I can't pinpoint one case of importance. Thank you. Next question, if any.
Thank you, sir. Another question is, what advice would you give to the young lawyers who are just starting their career as a lawyer?
You have to dedicate yourself to the profession and work hard. There is no alternative for this, and I still believe that hard work and dedication will pay.
Yes, I think questions is over, sir. Hare Krishna, can you please give vote of thanks? Sir, thank you so much, sir. We didn't expect this, but it is possible today. Thank you so much once again, sir. మేము మళ్ళీ కోరుకుంటున్నాం సార్, మీరు 100 years క్రాస్ చేసిన తర్వాత కూడా మీతో మళ్ళీ మేము వెబినార్ కానీ లేకుంటే మీరు తిరుపతి ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయాలని చెప్పి, లేదా మేము ఎప్పుడన్నా గుంటూరు కానీ మీరు ఉన్న ప్లేస్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు డెఫినెట్లీ we will meet you again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much for
First of all,
Thank each one of you. Namaste.
ఫార్మల్ ఓట్ ఆఫ్ థ్యాంక్స్ ఉంది సార్ మా నుంచి. ఒక
just a 2 minutes, sir. I could tell you. Reena, I think you have prepared a lot of thanks.
Thank you, Hari. This is a very privileged moment that I got an opportunity to thank such a eminent speaker like you, sir. And this was a very glorifying evening to us. Hope everyone are to the fullest. And I request you to give your support and blessings to all the students and law aspirants presented here. And one last thing, all the core team members have contributed their time and efforts to make this event a grand success. And the star of the event, sir, event was Lakshman Rao garu. I personally thank you very much, sir. And thank you for Yagna Legal sponsoring for the Zoom meeting access. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for
Thank you.
everyone attending. And so, if everything is done, we'll be logging out now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.